Hello everyone, this is going to be the last class of the first partial. So what we are going to do today is to finally do some practice. I think most of the classes from this partial are very theoretical and conceptual, but we are going to do some practice today. And I think at the beginning, I will also have to do some videos about some concepts. It will be also kind of refreshing our memory back to our first classes of this semester. So this last topic of this partial is the Forex market, the foreign exchange market. So the first thing that I want to make it clear is that maybe you are a bit confused about what is Forex, because I know that some of you are maybe using these apps on your phone or in the computer where you invest or bet in currencies, and they call it Forex. But Forex is as simple as only the market where you buy and sell foreign currencies. That is the definition of the Forex market, the foreign exchange market. So it is a place. We already agreed on this, I think, in the first class, that it is a place, but it can be virtual too. So it can be a physical place or a virtual place. And foreign exchange, I think we also talk about this. Foreign exchange is a foreign currency. It is money from another country, and a foreign exchange transaction. I'm going to spend a few minutes explaining this, because the transaction, it's it's not only the exchange of the good, because the transaction is more the agreement than actually exchanging a good. The agreement is the key thing. Here it says, is the agreement between a buyer and a seller to exchange currency, right? So in order for a transaction to exist, there needs to be at least 5 things. The first one is, I think we have it in here. First, there must be a price. So how much foreign currency do I need for my local currency, or vice versa? How much local currency for the foreign currency? That is the first thing, the price. The second thing is the quantity. It's how much foreign currency am I buying, or local currency, or whatever. That's the second thing. The third one is the place. Where are we going to exchange these things, right? The currency. So we have the the price, the the quantity, the place. The fourth is the asset of, I mean, if it is dollars or if it is euros or if it is pesos, whatever that is. And finally, the date, time. When are we going to exchange the currencies? And here I want to ask you a question. If we want to tick the 5 things, do we need to set the time on today, or can we set the time on the future later on, maybe in 1 month or something like that? The answer is yes. We can still mark it as a transaction, even though we don't exchange anything today, and we will exchange the currencies in the future. So let me just summarize this. Remember, it is the price, the quantity, the place, the asset, and finally the date. I think these 4 are very obvious, but the date is quite ambiguous, because if we set the time or the date in the future, it sounds kind of weird, but let me explain you. Uh, I think uh, I will talk about this by the end of the video, but the point is that time is important, because if the transaction happens in the present, it's called the spot transaction. But if the transaction, if the exchange of the currency happens on the future, it will be called a future or forward transaction. We will talk about this later on. Before I finish this short video, which is the introduction to Forex, just a reminder that there exist 2 markets. First, the interbank or primary or wholesale market. Do you remember this? Primary market is the one that happens only between private banks. That is the core of the market. And then we have the secondary market, which is the client or retail market. I think we saw this maybe in the first or second video of the semester. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about the participants in this market.